The Google Fry. Start by matching the barb on a size 8 U103 nymph hook. Then get the hook firmly set in the jaws of your vise. Now go to some .02 lead-free round wire. Start the wire near the back and take about 20 wraps up towards the eye. Then helicopter the front off and wrap the back portion down around the hook shank. Position the wire at the top portion of the hook, but still with a little space behind the eye. Now load a bobbin with uni white thread here in 6/0. Start your thread in front of the wraps, but behind the eye. Wrap back before cutting the tag end off. Now jump your thread to behind the wire wraps. Take a couple wraps and now weave your wire through the wire wraps. This will keep the wire from slipping around the hook. Then go to a chickaboo pelt. Go to the back end where all the fuzzy feathers are and strip one off. Measure the tips to make a tail just under a hook shank in length, anywhere between 3/4 to a full shank. Tie it at the back of the hook, directly above the shank. Continue wrapping the feather up so you make a nice even ramp up to the wire wraps. Now go to some mylar cord, extra large, and pearl. Cut a section about 1.5 inches long. And take away the cotton core and dispose of it, but keep the little pearl mylar tube. Slide the mylar tubing. Well, first, measure it again to the hook, a little over hook shank. Then slide it over the eye, just a little bit. Then go ahead and tie it directly, pushing the mylar directly towards the eye. This will help make a nice head when you push the mylar back over the fly. Now go to some red eye stub. Start by making a short dubby noodle. Make overlapping wraps to first taper a body that is the thickest portion in the front and then tapers back towards the tail. As you go down, overlap the dubbing less and less until you just make one nice cover up and where you expose bare thread directly above the barb. Now push the mylar tubing over the red eye stub. And then go ahead and take thread wraps to secure it to the back of the hook. This will give a nice tube-shaped fly. Now, go ahead, whip finish your thread at the back end of the fly. Then cut your thread off. You can keep the excess mylar on if you'd like, but I like to snip it off. Now go to a tan marker with a broad tip and a red Sharpie with a fine tip. Take the tan marker and color the top half of the fly, as most minnows have a darker top. Now take the red fine tip marker and make a little C representing the gill plate on first the far side and then the even side. They should be placed about a little under a third back from the eye. A third of a hook shank, that is, back from the eye. Now go to some craft store wiggle eyes, 3mm, and some gel super glue. Place a drop of super glue in front of the red, but behind the eye, kind of in the middle between those two. First on the far side, and then take an eye and place it on that drop of glue. And do the same to the near side. Push the eyes in to set the glue. And once the glue is dry, the fly is ready to be fished. And that's it, that's the fly.